As the Egyptian brokered the ceasefire agreement appears to be holding, both Israel and Hamas are claiming victory over the conflict. While Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu described the military airstrikes as very successful, the Palestinian Islamic Resistance Movement, Hamas, said Israel has withdrawn in the face of the armed resistance. Tens of thousands of locals living in Gaza Strip took to the streets on Friday to celebrate the end of 11 days of tit-for-tat trade of fire. Here is more of that in this report.
The Gaza Strip experienced another sleepless night on Friday, but this time it was not because of the intense Israeli bombardment that the besieged coastal territory was subjected to for the past 11 days. Instead, tens of thousands poured into the streets celebrating the Egypt blockade ceasefire agreement opened by Israel and Palestinian armed groups, chanting in support of the resistance. Earlier on Thursday, Hamas' armed wing announced that it halted firing rockets in response to the ceasefire reached with Israel. Qatar, the United Nations, and other countries joined mediation. Palestinian reporters said the victory should be credited to the people's perseverance and support.
إنه سبب نجاح وصمود المقاومة هو الحاضنة الشعبية ودعم.
Victory should be credited to people's perseverance and support. Even though Gaza was under great damage, with hundreds of deaths and countless property damage.
Over the past 11 days of tension between Israel and Hamas-led militant groups in the Gaza Strip, Israeli fighter jets carried out hundreds of airstrikes on the Gaza Strip, and the militants fired hundreds of rockets at Israel. At least 279 Palestinians were killed, including 69 children and 40 women, and 1,910 others injured in Israel's attack on the Gaza Strip since May 10, according to the Palestinian Health Ministry. 12 Israelis were also killed in Palestinian rockets fired from the Gaza Strip. More than 90,000 Palestinians were also displaced from their homes, and much of Gaza's infrastructure and many civilians' buildings were badly damaged or completely leveled. For iAfrican News, Binti Jallo.